Japan has invented an electric spoon that makes food taste even saltier. Its name translates quite literally as the electric salt spoon, and we're going to talk about why this was invented today. But first, let's talk about how it works. It works by passing a weak electric current through the tip of the device to concentrate sodium ion molecules onto the tip of the tongue. And there aren't many pictures of this available online. This is the only other one I could find of the actual device being used. In this picture, you can see more clearly where the on-off switch is, and the metal here, which I'm assuming has the charge running through it to ionize it to attract more salt there to the tip of the spoon. And you would say, okay, Japan, is Japanese food not salty enough for you? Why do you need an electric spoon? Why does everything from Japan have to be a gadget? Well, the idea behind this is to make food taste saltier so that people won't want salty food. They'll want regular food that tastes saltier because excess sodium is linked to high cases of blood pressure, strokes, and other conditions. And in Japan, adults consume 10 grams of salt per day. So the idea behind this is that you can cook your dishes to be less salty and then use the spoon to sort of compensate for that. And they're on sale for about 100 pounds each. That'll probably be about $120, maybe closer to $110. As the inventor says, Japanese people as a whole need to reduce the amount of salt intake, but it can be difficult to move away from what we're used to eating. And I'm not sure that a spoon that ionizes the tip of your tongue to attract salt molecules is really the way to go. It seems like a real overkill solution. It's like, hold up, I can't eat my yakisoba until my spoon recharges. Or like, oh man, this gyudon looks great, but I gotta wait for the software on my spoon to reboot. You just gotta eat healthier. You gotta change what you're eating. Like, I don't think this is gonna fix the problem. I think it's wild, it's wacky, and it pretty much sums up most Japanese inventions. It's just, it's the most gadget per gadget of any gadget I've ever seen. I've got good medical news for you, which is that the trial results for a new lung cancer drug are described as off the charts effective. It's something that they actually want to immediately roll out to more human trials because it seems to stop the disease in its tracks. It's by far the most effective lung cancer treatment that we've ever come up with. And more than half of the patients that take this drug, even if they started when the cancer was in an advanced form, show no progression after 5 years. It can even be in the process of spreading from the lungs to the brains, and this drug stops it. So the name of the drug is lorlatinib, little bit of a mouthful there, but most drug names do happen to be. And the results were that patients who took this, 60% of them showed no progression in their advanced forms of lung cancer after 5 years, which is insane. And you can compare that to an 8% rate for the standard drug. So if you take the standard treatment we have available now, you got about an 8% chance that it stops the growth of cancer. Lorlatinib apparently has a 60% chance of stopping the cancer, which is just an insane, almost tenfold improvement over this. And what they're looking for is progression-free survival. Some people survive a long time as the disease progresses, but that results in a lower quality of life. And blah, 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 a lot about the drug. Let's go to how it works. This is called an ALK tyrosine kinase inhibitor. And the way this works is it targets the ALK protein found in ALK positive non-small cell lung cancer. Now, non-small cell lung cancer is the most common type of lung cancer. That's what you typically get for smoking and stuff like that, like pollution in the air. There are other types for which this drug won't work, but this is the most common one, meaning we're going to be benefiting the most people. It's not the first time we've tried this. We've tried other ALK TKIs. They haven't worked as well. This one works extremely well. So doctors are super happy with this. It's greatly outperforming even their expectations. It's essentially a cancer growth blocking drug. It doesn't remove the cancer, it doesn't reverse the cancer, but it blocks growth. And as I said before, it can even be in the phase where it's growing toward your brain and toward other organs, and this stops it dead in its tracks, no pun intended. And I think that's a fantastic thing. I think that puts us one step closer to treating, or at least mitigating, an extremely nasty disease. Are you missing teeth? Well, no need to worry because the world's first tooth regrowing medicine will be given to humans in September. And yes, I said that correctly, a medicine that will literally regrow your teeth, the bones in your mouth, or in America, as we call them, since we don't have universal health care, luxury bones, as they're often not covered by Medicare or Medicaid. So this is coming out of Kyoto University in Japan. They did successful animal trials not very long ago, regrowing the teeth of a ferret and various other rodents. And here is a video that the university put out that kind of breaks down the science of this process. You can actually see these teeth regrowing. There's just so incredibly much going on in this video. They're very, very specific about it. But what they're going to do is they are going to, if I can find some interesting pictures, they're going to be testing this on men aged 30 to 64 that have lost some teeth. And then in the second phase of the trial, they're going to be trying this on children aged 2 to 7 that have a birth defect or a genetic disorder that prevents them from growing a certain number of teeth. And they're hoping the medicine will help regrow teeth in older men who have lost them just due to consequences of living, and also in children who have lost them because they were born that way. I think it would be downright awesome if there was a medicine that regrows teeth. Now, I do want to clarify, this is a slow and painful process. Your teeth don't just boop back in a few weeks. They have to grow in pretty slowly. It's not supposed to be fun or pleasant, but I do think it's very awesome that you can just straight up regrow them over time, and I genuinely hope that this works. This is definitely going to be the most adorable story that I've covered in a while. It's about cows being controlled by musical collars. Now, I always thought that sheepdogs were the most adorable way to herd cows, but the BBC has this story about Somerset cows that are being controlled by music. The collars that they're wearing are GPS collars, such that when they get close to a boundary, a fence, a place, somewhere that they don't need to be going, they're getting too far away from the herd, the collars will actually play a little musical tone or note, just a little jingle to kind of turn them around and make them go back to where they need to be, which I think is very cute. This guy runs it through his phone. There's no dog required, no electric fence, no regular fencing, no need to scare the cows. Apparently, the music will guide them wherever it is that they need to go, and it all runs via GPS satellite, I guess. Man, those GPS systems are putting in work. I think this is great because it's better for the animals, and it's probably lower cost than anything else I've ever seen. Also, they look adorable because they have the the big bells on again. I don't know if this is cost effective. It's certainly fun though.